So the record is now on. So we begin here. We can bring this down to if you divide by 16, you got 5 here, and you got 24. So by simple manipulation here, you will end up with RB equal to minus 5WL over 4. Okay. Again, it's minus because I applied the downward unit load. And realize this, folks, that look at the number. This is 1.25 WL. Look at the structure. Oh, it's messy. So we have essentially this, right? This is L, this is L. And this reaction is 5WL over 4. It's not WL over 2 anymore. You can see that. And if that is 5 over 4, that means due to the symmetry, you can use your sigma Fy now, and this is equal to 3/8. Correct? Because you have 5 over 4. So you have 3/4 left, so divided by 2, so you got 3/8. So there's no more WL over 2. WL, it's not by length. The most important aspect of the indeterminate structure is that the reaction is now related to displacement. Correct? We use displacement to calculate reaction, meaning the big picture is displacement. We use displacement to calculate reaction. And what has the influence over displacement besides load and length? It's EI. So from this relationship, I can safely say that EI reflex reaction. For the first time in your life, your reaction will now depend on what we call the stiffness of the structure. For those of you who do not know how and then trying to use sigma Fx equal to 0, you will never solve this. And most of the structures in the real world are indeterminate, meaning when you change the EI, the behavior of the structure will change. Unlike determinate structure, if you have a simple beam with the uniform load, the maximum moment will always be WL squared over 8, regardless of the EI that you use. But now when you have the indeterminate structure, you can play around EI to change the behavior of the structure. Indeterminate structure doesn't matter. As long as you have a simple beam, you change the moment of inertia 10 times, you still have the same moment. But not here, ladies and gentlemen. Any questions? You can't, but after you solve this one, okay, after you use the compatibility here to get RB, that means you now know one unknown, correct? Which is this one. That makes your structure determinate. So the rest like this can be solved by sigma Fx, sigma moment, sigma Fy. Because now you solve one redundant. So you now left with 3 unknowns and 3 equations. So the rest will just fall into place. Because right here, I'm pretty quick, you know, to try to inspire you. Now it's the total load is 2WL, correct? Its symmetry right here is 5WL over 4. So I know that I have 3 over 4 WL left. Because of symmetry, I divide 3 over 4 by 2. So I got 3 over 8. It's a sensible thing, right? It's symmetry. And please, it makes me sick every time I see students draw a bending moment diagram like this. What are you trying to draw? Looks so ugly, you know. Because when you see this, you know your structure will be formed like this here, right? Always at the continuous support, because it can't bend any other way. Correct? And what kind of curvature is this? This is negative moment. It's a negative curvature. It's a negative sign convention, correct? So how can you have moment diagram that looks like this? This is absurd. Drawing this moment diagram alone should not graduate. You should pack your bag and go back home and rest for a few years and come back again. It's impossible. And many still draw it like this. What's the point of learning statics? This can only be bent like that. So it must be negative moment all the time. And then your beam will bend back like this because this is a simple nature. And because of the fact that you have a simple support here, this should bend down. So sometime, somewhere, there must be a point of inflection. It's very simple. Okay? See the behavior and everything will fall into place. You should see it, that it's going to bend like this. And when it's going to bend like this, what kind of bending moment you should have according to this deformed shape? Because all the sign convention that you use here is, you know, in accordance with the deflection or deformation. Okay. So now we have time. Let's try to begin with this. Now I went back and I see that we did not complete this one. Okay. So to make use of the deflection from the previous example, well, we don't have it. So okay, we got to do it. So I'm not sure if I can finish this problem, but let's say concept-wise, let's say if you know the displacement here, okay? Let's call it, how would you like to call this? Displacement delta? Delta. Okay. Delta D, A, B, C, D, right? In horizontal direction. Say, let me give you, let's say if delta DH is 467 over EI. If this is given to you, if you're wondering how I got that, if you have time, you can come back to this, okay? But it's pretty easy, really. I look at my solution for this problem. It's only this one, half a page. So you know, I feel a little bit funny when some of your friends just ask the exam. But I think the pages, the paper provided is not enough. So that's my solution somewhere. That's the second problem. So the solution for the second problem is only this much. So for me, it's half a page, it's more than enough. But for some of you who have a little complaint that you don't have enough paper, you write it so big. As if maybe because I complain too much, you write too small, man. I can't read. You complain, right? You got this. So this one lecture is this big, and now you complain. I don't have enough paper. So what? How many you want? Like 10 pages? Come on, man. Okay. Anyway, so let's say if this is given to you, you must automatically know that you must remove the reaction that is associated with this displacement. Correct? In order to use this reaction corresponding to this displacement must be removed. Now you know it's the horizontal displacement at D. Sorry, the wind coming out of my ear. Speaking too loud, right? So you remove horizontal reaction at D. So in order to make use of this, like, sort of put the red color in here, you need to have a primary structure that looks like this. In fact, the information given should be from the frame that looks like this, right? And then this is this. So we remove HD. Okay. Now we need to calculate displacement at this location in the horizontal direction caused by the reaction itself. Correct? So do you now either have a choice to put the unit load there or put HG there and solve it? But I kind of prefer unit. It's like easier to work with, and then you can multiply HD later on, right? So yeah, without further ado, I will modify this. I'm sorry, I will apply the unit load here. Okay, that's what you need to know. And now your analysis of the frame will come into play because you need to write moment equation. And we talk about work. That means you need to include every member in the system so that you can say, okay, this is my virtual work of the system. So you need to write the moment equation for this and this and that. So it will be pretty handy if you can write your free body diagram, bending moment diagram by, like this. Voila! But magic is not in the air for you just yet. If you want to be Harry Potter, abracadabra, then free body diagram comes out. You need to practice a little bit. The first time I used Harry Potter in my class, because generally I quote Star Wars. Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay. So I would be able to see that if I apply the unit force there, this is my reaction. And the two load concentrate. So we don't have the vertical reactions at all. And my bending moment diagram for the first member would just look like this. Like, and the second one would just like this. And it's 4 meters long, so that moment is -4. That comes quickly if you practice. If you want to cut free body diagram, fine. This is 1. That is 1. So this is 4, right? Right? This is 1. That is 1. And that is 4. In order for you to, and you must see the direction of the movement. Some still mess it up. And I began at the same level as you did. Clockwise, counterclockwise, you get a 0, and something like that. But now, no, I don't need to do that anymore. And neither should you in the future. See the free body diagram, you see the direction of the movement right away. Which direction would, make your free body diagram stop rotating. Therefore, you have equilibrium. See, this one, the force is moving in this direction. So you have moment in the opposite direction. Just like that. This force is moving in this direction. It's trying to rotate the member here. So you apply to stop it. Just like that. And here comes the most famous mistake. Many students will forget that you have a moment here, 4 and 4. So free body diagram of the remaining member is like this. You have constant moment. It's not 0. Okay. So, well, I have 20 minutes left, and I don't really intend to do much on the solution of the exam. So I can go on for 10 more minutes maybe. So I'm just going to try to elaborate on this because I can just wrap it up in one line. But anyway, let's say call this A, B, C, and D. Okay. So now we have member AB. You should know that member AB and CD, they have like the same equation, right? So let's not wrap up too much. Go crazy. Member AB, the big M moment. Or internet instability. Yeah, hang on. Not to stop the shift. No, there is no two ways about it. Huh? Yeah, you must appreciate it that we have here, right? At least we have somewhere because I can't say much. It's being recorded. So we'll but our department is trying very hard to bypass all kinds of red tape and so provide the internet for everyone. Not easy, so okay. So you can see it now. Okay. Member AB, the moment equation. Of course, I will naturally begin with here. So it becomes, let's say you want to call it negative moment. So let's say it's minus x. Right? And you should know the actual load is the virtual load. So I can safely say my small m is also minus x. And range is the entire length of the member, which is 0 to 4. Member BC, it's a constant moment for both cases. So it's minus 4. The range is from 0 to 6 because the member BC is 6 meters long. And now for CD, for those of you who can't, start something new, you would write from C to D. Fine, you can do that. But if you want to write your moment from C to D, it's going to be like minus 4 plus x. But if I write from B to C, it's minus X. So see, save a lot of time, right? So I write BC moment is minus X and minus X from 0 to 4. Note that you can use minus 4 plus X as well. You're going to get the same number, so why going crazy is that? Believe me, some will do it. Some will get it right, some will not. So here, I can perform my integral. I kind of like to write in dark blue more than green. From 0 to 4, minus x dx is EI same? Yeah, right? Over EI. Plus, remember BC is from 0 to 6, minus 4 dx over EI. Some of you guys work are very admirable, very neat in the exam. So they must be really cool, right? Under pressure, no problem. Beauty comes first. Wow. Doesn't matter what I get, must look beautiful. Ooh. Ooh. Anyway, now remember DC. You see, it's essentially the same. So I will just multiply by 2 here. Okay, if you think you're gonna forget that, so that's arrow like that, right? All right. So you can use calculator now. No big deal, right? So this is save time. Man, where you going? We are reaching climax. And so are you, right? So you have climax. We are about to get the result and he leaves, man. So just I'm disappointed. Anyway, here I'm not going to go through the integral. Not necessary. Here is 138.7 over EI. And again, this is the work of the force equal to 1. If it is the work or the displacement of HG, does not stand for high definition, just the horizontal force and D, we just multiply this by HD, right? And the fact that this comes out positive force, it means that we have displacement in this direction, similar to the unit load. You should know all things are not difficult. You may struggle with the sign conventions, plus, minus, so on. That's why we need to practice, so that you can, say, iron it out. Make yourself crystal clear with the sign. Do it once, you will never have a problem with it again. Okay? So here, therefore, the delta dH by HD is equal to this number, HD, simple stuff. So now, okay, I'll let you catch your breath. See, it's not difficult if you understand the concept. Not at all. It just by using superposition, we break our displacements into two cases. One by the load, another by the reaction you want to solve, and put them together. Any questions? So let's say, because I have given this to you, so now you have that already. And now you come up with this. It's time that we put them together by compatibility. So it's going to be that. Oops. And play some calculation music. HD instantly comes out minus 400. What's the unit? Kilogram force. kgf. Why it's minus? Because the direction is opposite to the direction of the unit load that we apply. Yeah. So you may say, wow, what's the point? We have the 800. So this horizontal force is 400 and another one is 400, right? What's the point? Well, this comes out to be equal because the two columns have the same stiffness. So they share the same burden. If I change the support condition, if I change the moment of inertia of one column, it will not come out to be equal. Certainly not. If I say, for example, if I change this, if I change this support into fixed support, like that, your reaction will change. Or if I say this is I, this is 4I, you will not have the same reaction. But this happens to be equal simply because they have the same moment of inertia and they have the same support conditions. It turned out to be equal. You can try that. Oh no, you can try changing moment of inertia, but you can't change the support condition because you're going to have more redundancies. Okay. So now the question is about this. How do I calculate this? I can make use of this virtual load, right? Because in order to calculate this, was 55467 over EI obtained. So it was obtained by removing that. Okay, and we have 800. So we now have to write the moment equation due to this case. And it's going to be very simple because that's 800. This is 800. So we have a case of a couple, 800 multiplied by 4. So this guy is creating moment equal to 800 multiplied by 4, right? So we break this couple. This is counterclockwise, so we need clockwise reaction equal to 800 multiplied by 4 divided by the arm, which is 6. And again, that's a lean column. Moment is 0. So you have moment equation for just 2 members. But now, let's go over this quickly. Member A, B, and B, C. Member A, B, your big moment is force. In order to be the same direction, that's minus 800x, right? This one, cut the free diagram, so moment is minus 800x. And here, 800 multiplied by 4, so that is minus 32,000. So right here, moment is minus 32, not 1,000, 3,200. And that's a negative moment plus the positive from the reaction, which is the 3,200 over 6 multiplied by x. That's the moment equation. And of course, your small m can be taken from previously, and then you perform integration. That's how you get it. Okay. Now, sorry for rushing a little bit, but I hope that if you, I remember that only maybe not more than 30 students attended the active session last week. So at least they got to do some exercise on the virtual work. For those who haven't done anything, this will come as, you know, the whirlwind review. You would, I would imagine that you will struggle to keep up. But this is what we have done before. So I can't repeat everything I've done. You need to figure out a way to do it yourself, you know, to keep up. Okay. And this is it. You can try to do it yourself at home and see if you could match that number. 5, 5, 4, 6, 7. Piece of cake. All right. So time to distribute the exam. So anyway, any questions? Because we still recording. At home, you have questions, folks, at home? Folks at home, if you don't have any questions, and since you can't take the exam anyway, so let me end the Zoom session, okay? I don't intend to record the solution of the exam. I'll just write on the whiteboard a little bit so that you can see it. Okay, so you can ask for the solution to your friends. All right. So stop the record now, and